Hey there, it's me, Gilbert the Grape. Yep, that's right, Gilbert the Grape. And before you ask, yes, my dad thought that was hilarious when he named me, and honestly, I just rolled with it. I mean, being a grape is already pretty unique, right? But today, I'm not just any grape. I'm the grape about to go on an epic adventure, not through space or some fantasy kingdom, but through the most complex place you can imagine, the human body. That's right. I'm about to go on a digestive journey, and you're coming with me. So buckle up, because this is going to get a little messy, but it's also going to be fascinating. My story begins like any great journey, in a lunchbox. I was chilling there beside a turkey sandwich and a yogurt cup, minding my own business, when suddenly, light floods in. The lunchbox opens, the human reaches in, and before I know it, bam! I'm picked up and popped right into the mouth. It's a bit humid in here, honestly, and the first thing I notice is the tongue. It's massive. And it's moving me around like I'm on a conveyor belt made of muscle. The teeth come down like crushers at a factory, and saliva starts soaking everything. You wouldn't believe how much saliva the average human produces, enough to fill 2 bathtubs a year. It's kind of gross, but also kind of amazing. That saliva isn't just to make chewing easier, it actually has enzymes that begin breaking down food right here in the mouth. They call it chemical digestion, and it's like the first act in a long play. The tongue keeps pushing me around, coating me in enzymes, breaking me up a little, and soon, I feel myself being rolled toward the back of the throat. That's when I hit the pharynx, which is like the crossroads of the body. One road leads to the lungs, the other to the stomach. And I'm not supposed to go into the lungs, no way. That's when the epiglottis, like a tiny trapdoor, flips closed to block off the windpipe. It saves me from going down the wrong tube. But wait, suddenly the human coughs. That jolt of air shoots me back up for a split second, like I just hit a trampoline. The brain realized I was about to go rogue and hit the lungs, so it triggered a reflex to save me. With a second swallow, I'm pushed back onto the right path and sent down the esophagus. Now this place is tight, like really tight. I'm being squeezed from all sides, not painfully, but rhythmically. This is peristalsis, a wave of muscle contractions that pushes food down the esophagus and into the stomach. It's kind of like being hugged by the walls themselves, and it works without gravity. That's right, humans can eat lying down or even upside down, and food still makes it to the stomach. Wild, huh? At the end of the esophagus, I reach the lower esophageal sphincter. It's a muscular gate that swings open just long enough to let me into the stomach before slamming shut behind me to stop acid from splashing back up. And now I'm in the stomach, and let me tell you, this place is not for the faint of heart. It's dark, loud, and smells like acid and old lunch. The stomach is a muscular bag that churns and mixes food with gastric juices. These juices are no joke, hydrochloric acid strong enough to kill bacteria and melt through metal if it weren't protected by a mucus lining. But lucky me, I came prepared. I activate my Grape Tech shield, a tiny invisible bubble that keeps me from dissolving like the turkey sandwich beside me. Without this shield, I'd be broken down by enzymes like pepsin, which start digesting proteins into smaller peptides. I swirl around with the mix of food, now called chyme, for about an hour or two. The stomach needs everything like dough, getting it all soft and semi-liquid so it's ready to move on. The next stop is the small intestine, and getting there means passing through another gate, the pyloric sphincter. This valve opens slowly, releasing the stomach contents bit by bit into the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine. This is where the real digestion magic happens. The small intestine is long, like 20 feet long, and its walls are lined with tiny finger-like projections called villi and even tinier microvilli. They look like a shag carpet under a microscope, and they massively increase surface area for absorption. Digestive enzymes from the pancreas are released here, amylase for carbs, lipase for fats, proteases for proteins. Meanwhile, bile from the liver, stored in the gallbladder, is squeezed in to emulsify fats. That means it breaks them down into little droplets so enzymes can finish the job. I'm swishing around with nutrients, enzymes, and bile, and the walls of the small intestine are sucking up everything useful: amino acids, sugars, fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals. It's like a bustling marketplace, absorbing and transporting goodies into the bloodstream. I continue through the jejunum and ileum, 2 more sections of the small intestine. Along the way, nutrients continue being absorbed. The muscular walls contract gently to keep things moving, and after several hours, whatever is left of the meal, including me, is ready for the next phase, the large intestine. The large intestine, or colon, is wider and shorter than the small intestine, about 5 to 6 feet long. It starts on the lower right side of the abdomen, curves upward, across, and then down the left side. The first thing I notice is that the environment here is different, cooler, less acidic, and filled with bacteria. Not the scary, harmful kind, but good bacteria that help digest leftover fibers, produce vitamin K, and keep everything in balance. The appendix sits nearby, a small pouch that doesn't do much in digestion but plays a role in gut immunity. In the large intestine, water and salts are absorbed back into the body. What's left behind becomes more solid. This is how stool forms. I move slowly through the ascending colon, across the transverse colon, then down the descending colon. The food I started the journey with is no longer recognizable. It's now waste material, compacted and drying as I inch closer to the end. Finally, I reach the sigmoid colon and then the rectum, a straight chamber where the body stores stool until it's time to go. Nerve endings in the rectum detect that it's full and send a signal to the brain: hey, time to release. But if the time isn't right, like if the human is in a meeting or on a date, the brain sends back: hold it, and the external anal sphincter tightens up to keep everything in. When the coast is clear and the bathroom is available, the internal and external sphincters relax, and everything exits through the anus. And just like that, whoosh, the journey ends. I'm out. The human flushes, unaware that I, Gilbert the Grape, just completed a heroic odyssey through their entire digestive system. From the cheerful chaos of the mouth to the acidic storm of the stomach, the nutrient-hungry tunnels of the small intestine, the bacterial cityscape of the large intestine, and finally out the rectum, I saw it all. I survived thanks to science, some luck, and a little grape ingenuity. So if you've ever wondered what happens to your food after you swallow, now you know. It's a wild, slippery, enzymatic, peristaltic roller coaster. And as for me, I'm off to my next adventure. Maybe I'll end up in a compost bin, maybe I'll inspire a science class, but one thing's for sure, I'll never look at a salad the same way again. Let me know if you'd like this version formatted for video captions, or if you want sound effects or character voices integrated into the script.